had to happen for me to realize that, like, I have to change my life. I have to change my life. Hi guys, welcome back. It is me, Drew, and today's video that I have for you is unbelievable because today is the video where we are celebrating / recapping my 1-year anniversary of having weight loss surgery. So, if you're new to my channel, my name is Drew, and I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is a form of weight loss surgery 1 year ago. 1 year and 1 day ago. So, October 4th of 2016. Now, the thing is, when I had my surgery, though, I went through the whole, like, 6-month process and all the inquiry and all that, like, privately. Like, I did not share with my subscribers. I didn't share with the majority of my friends and family. Only a handful of people knew. So, the way that I told everyone I was having surgery was that specific day, literally, like, half an hour before going into surgery, I released a video telling everybody I was having surgery. And that was a really emotional video. That's actually probably the longest video I've ever released on my channel. It was like a 30-minute video where I explained all my reasoning behind it, what was going on, what led me to that point, what I was thinking about. I'll put a link to that in the description box down below. And I do want to mention really quickly, before having surgery though, I did lose 121 pounds before that point, and overall I lost 245 pounds overall. So I'm going to be looking down a bit. I've written out a couple pages of notes just because there's so much that I want to talk about. So this video is probably going to be long tonight. I want to say that up front, so make sure you've got some time to relax and just chill here because it's probably going to be long. So first off, let's talk about a year ago. So a year ago, I released my video talking about having weight loss surgery, and that was kind of just crazy all on its own. I was so scared. I thought that people were going to really judge me and I was going to get a lot of negativity. And honestly, like, you guys were totally embracing loving. Now, first of all, like I said, I lost a significant amount of weight before. Like, in the 6 months before even having the weight loss surgery, just the 6-month program, I lost about 90 pounds. So I did the work beforehand. And you're probably like, well, why'd you have surgery? Because I also knew that I'm somebody who lacks self-control. Like, the thing is, like, it wasn't so much to be able to diet and exercise and stay strong for 6 weeks or 6 months. This was something I wanted to make sure that I could stay strong with my entire life. And people, you know, like, people will say, like, oh, well, you have no self-control. Right. I didn't have self-control. Like, I struggle with that. There are days now that I am so thankful that I had surgery because there's so many times where I want to just, like I'm dealing with so much stress, emotion, and everything else that I just want to, like, go and, like, make bad choices eating, and I know that I can't. So, like, having the surgery keeps me, like, in check and keeps me in line. So a year ago I had the surgery, and the thing is, so on camera you guys knew, like, what I was dealing with, why I got the surgery, but what you didn't know off camera, which you know now, is that I was also in the process of going through divorce. And I do want to mention, so my divorce is set to be finalized, like, as long as, like, there's no errors and, like, the paperwork and everything is good. It actually will be done next week, Friday. So just pray for me and my family as we're going through this. So me and the girls, just as we're going through this. It's been a tough time, I won't lie to you. So off camera, it was like I was having the surgery, but I was also dealing with one of, like, the, like, most difficult emotional times of my life. And this last year has been really, really difficult going through all of that. So a little background story, when I was going into my surgery, it wasn't just this moment of, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting surgery and this is scary. Like, I also had broken up with my ex, and we were getting a divorce, and it was like this really scary moment where I was like, I'm doing this by myself. So here's the thing, when I went into the hospital, I did not have anyone with me. Like, I did it completely alone. Like, my mom came to visit me, like, once with the kids, and some of that was my request. I was like, I need to do this. And that's what was really scary for me, is that was, like, my first major test. Like, I'm going to be a single mother. I need to be able to, like, be on my own and handle my own. So I was in the hospital by myself, and that was, like, really hard because this was, like, one of the most major life events, and then to go through it, like, single was just, like, crazy, you know? And so I was really scared. I was afraid of being a failure. If you've seen that video, you know that, like, one of the things I was scared of my appearance. I was actually, like, kind of nervous. Like, I was worried I was gonna be those people that had, like, a really weird misshapen, like, face. I don't mean to be mean, but some people, when they lose weight, like, their cheeks area just get really weird, and I was really concerned. I will say, I love my face now. I mean, I loved my face then too, so it's one of those things where I was really nervous. I will say, there are times where it's hard. I still struggle with body dysmorphia. I'll look at photos from, like, a couple years ago, and I seriously don't really recognize myself then. But then I'll look at photos of me now, and sometimes I'll be like, who is that? Like, it's so crazy when you've lost such a significant amount of weight to try and like put in fathom like what you look like then, what you look like now, who are you now? And I oftentimes like, I struggle with knowing whether or not I guess I'm an attractive woman. And I don't mean that, okay, I think I'm attractive, but like this, I don't know like where I even rank on like the look scale. Not that I'm like trying to compare, but because of the fact that like this is all like new for me, it's hard sometimes to know. I don't even know how to gauge that. Anyways, whatever. So, some of the major changes that have happened over the last year. So, like, body changes. My shoes, I have different shoe sizes. So, I used to wear, like, a 10 wide. Now I can get away with, like, a 9.5, like, mid-size. In some shoes, I do kind of have to go to a 10. But, like, my feet actually got smaller. My feet got thinner. And they got, like, smaller, as in, like, shoe sizes. So, my rings, as you see, I wear a lot of rings now. My fingers used to be between, like, a size 10, 10.5, 11. Like my ring finger. My ring finger now is like a size 6. So my ring finger has gone down about 4.5 to 5 sizes in this weight loss journey. My pant sizes, I want to say I was probably around like a 30, 32 when I was at my highest of 415 pounds. And now I'm probably averaging out between a 10 and a 12. It's hard to say because I need to get skin removal done, so it's hard to say what size I actually am, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this video, so don't worry, we're going to cover that. So I went and saw my doctor for my 1-year checkup, and it was a really, really great experience. The team that I went through for my surgery was amazing. They've been super supportive. Before surgery, after surgery, it's awesome. So basically, my doctor ran some numbers for me. They on their records now, they said like I've lost 122 pounds since having my weight loss surgery, since like my day of weighing in on surgery. They said that now when someone has a vertical sleeve gastrectomy and they take like how much weight they have to lose, like their excess body weight, the average person loses 60% of their excess body weight like overall after having a sleeve gastrectomy. So basically like if you had like 200 pounds to lose, the average person loses 60 pounds and that's it, like over the entire span of having the surgery, and that's where they land. Whether or not they keep it off is up to them kind of. Now they said since losing weight, since my first time ever weighing in with them, like in the 415 category, I have lost 84% of my excess weight, which is amazing. And the other really, really, really awesome thing is that I have lost 73% of my excess weight in the last year. So in 1 year's time, I lost 73% of my excess weight, and the average person loses 60%. So that's just like freaking amazing and awesome and exciting that like I did so well. And it's not like it's a competition, but like I really, really pushed myself. And that was the thing. You guys knew I was having the surgery, but I wanted to make it clear, like the surgery was only a tool for me. This is something that like when I'm having those bad days that I can't make negative choices with my food, I still get up and go to the gym 4 days a week. I still eat smaller portions. I still only eat like 2 to half meals of a day, you know what I mean, depending if I have a snack or not. And I do want to point out, if you're on my Snapchat, you know you'll see me eating some bomb food. I never ever, if you see these big plates, I'm never eating all that food. I usually maybe eat like a quarter of what you see me posting on Snapchat. That's the picture of how it gets sent to me, and then usually I have a friend eat it or give the leftovers away or something like that. So I'm not eating like crazy amounts of food. I do eat some bomb food, but I just eat less of it. And that's kind of the thing too. I eat the same kind of foods I ate before, I just eat a lot less. And like I've said in previous videos, you know, like where I talk about breaking up with food and this and that, you know, I used to be able to kill like 6 to 8 tacos, not even gonna lie to you. Now I eat 2 tacos and I'm good. So you see how that, like I reduced like the portion. I still eat tacos, I just eat a lot less tacos, but I still eat tacos. That's the main thing. And I want to point out the National Taco Day was yesterday, and I want to know why it wasn't on a Tuesday. Can somebody answer that for me? Why was National Taco Day on a Wednesday? It just feels wrong. It doesn't feel right to me. Okay, so they said that. So when I started the program, my BMI was, or the even process for this, my BMI was 66.6. That's a creepy number, by the way. Basically, they said I was beyond being severely morbidly obese. So I was like super duper obese at that point in my life. And now my BMI is 28. So I'm within like 3 to 4 points of being at an average body weight. And I do want to point out too, when they said my percentage, so you know I said my percentage of excess weight, they said I lost 84%. My goal weight, at least before having skin removal surgery, is to get as close as I can to 150 pounds. I'm averaging out now at around 170. So I would like to ideally, I would like to try and lose another 20 pounds. If not, I'm not going to push myself. Like, I'm pushing myself, but I'm not going to, like, kill myself trying to lose 20 more pounds. I do have a lot of excess skin. I lost a lot of weight. And so that is going to be an additional, like, you know, thing to do. As you can see here, and I'm not, like, flexing or anything, my bones are, like, showing in my neckline and all that. I don't actually need to lose that much more weight. A lot of my excess weight right now is the excess skin, like in my arms, my thighs, and in my stomach area. And they said when they did average out that percentage number though, they were saying that that would be like if I'm at the most ideal weight for my height, which is 130 pounds. So my goal was like 150. So they're saying like if I lost all of my excess weight completely, like every inch of it, I should be at like 130 pounds and I would be like really, really, really skinny at that point. So we'll see if that ever happens, but you never know. So another thing I want to talk about now, like, is kind of what it's been like maintaining all of this over the last year. So the last year has been really, really hard. I won't lie to you. The last year I've moved. I've been a single mom. I have been going through a divorce, which has been insane. And that's another reason my videos have been really light the last couple weeks. I've had to get a lot of stuff done for that in order to finalize in the next week, and it's also just been really stressful emotionally, as you can possibly believe. And then, like I said, I did move, and my kid's been in school. And the one thing I want to point out, so if you're not on Snapchat, something you should know is that, like, I do go to the gym, but I don't go at like convenient times. A lot of times, like most days, I'm going to the gym around like 5:30 in the morning. I'm up every day around 4:45, 5 o'clock, because that is the way that I can actually like get into the gym, keep working, get stuff done, maintain everything else in my life, as well as like all the busy whatever. So it's not easy. Honestly, like today I did not want to get out of bed. Like I was like, I just want to stay in bed. I want to not do this for a day. But I know that I'm somebody that if I break that habit, if I make that like forgiveness one time, it's so easy for me to fall off the wagon. So I have to force myself and push myself to keep going with this, even though there's days where it's just like extremely, extremely hard. So I've been doing that. And like I said, that's not easy to maintain, but I've been doing it because like I have to. I don't have a choice. Like I've made this decision to be healthy. So the other things that have happened in the last year that have been like good things. I got featured in my local newspaper, which was really, really exciting and awesome. I post about all that stuff usually on my Instagram account, Justlikedrew, spelled the same way as down below if you're like, hey, I haven't seen this stuff. So check me on Instagram and see that. Or even on Snapchat, I talk a lot about this kind of stuff on there as well. I was featured in an international article done by Daily Mail. I had my gym do a story on me. They did a video on me. That's been really cool. Like, it's been really awesome to share my story and have people see it and be able to, like, you know, hopefully inspire people. And the thing is, like, I honestly, like, that's the only reason I even shared my journey publicly, was because, like, I thought if I could help one person realize that there was, like, a possibility of, like, a bigger future for them out there. Because, honestly, for years, like, I never thought that I could be smaller. Like, I honestly believed that I was meant to be a bigger woman. And there's still days, like, I don't actually think that I'm, like, a skinny woman now. Like, I'm still a little bit, like, thick, I guess you could say. But I'm a lot smaller than I was before, than when I started. So I guess, like, in that respect, I'm skinny. And, like, but at the same time, like, I just want to show people that, like, you can actually change, because I believed the lie that I couldn't. Like, I honestly, for years, like, I thought I was meant to be fat. Like, I was like, I'm big boned. Like, it's just, no, it's like, it's not like a thing for me. Like, I'm not meant to be small. But actually, it could happen. It happened. So it's wild. Like, honestly, there's that. So my goal is to lose like another 20 pounds if possible before having surgery. Like I said, I'm not going to kill myself. I've kind of been at a plateau. The doctor's office said I've only lost about 5 pounds in the last 3 months. It had to slow down eventually. Like, I was going so strong. I mean, eventually I had to slow down. But this is something that happens. I think I've actually been putting on muscle though. I've actually noticed like in my arms that I kind of like can see, like, it's hard to tell because of excess skin, but like right here, you can see like this little dip here. This is like actual like definition and muscle that would be more prominent if I didn't have like excess skin on my arms as much. So I think I'm actually in the point of like putting on muscle right now. I actually can tell like that my face right here and all that, and here I'm getting a lot more shape. So even though I'm not seeing like actual scale changes, I am seeing changes. Like I said, here I can see like all of this definition like in my neck and shoulders on, and I'm really not like, I'm not flexing or anything right now, and literally I have bones showing. So it's like I have actual changes happening, which is really, really cool. And the doctor even said, she's like, you know, you haven't lost a lot of weight, but I can see shaping. So in the last like month or two, I have been struggling a little bit with like indigestion, digestion issues. The thing that's really bizarre to me is since losing weight, whenever I get close to like my menstrual cycle, I get like really, really bad like digestion issues, really bad bloating. And it's like, I actually, like, for a couple of days I was having like some pain, like with swallowing. It's like, it's really bizarre now. Like when I get bloated, it's like, it's hard for me to eat. Digestion's weird. It's like, it's all like the hormone shift stuff, and it's kind of crazy. So it's like things like that I'm still having issues with. Nothing major. A really cool thing that I started, involving in my last couple weeks, a friend that I had made recently, they told me that they also had like a weight loss surgery. And you know how like sometimes you get, if you've had weight loss surgery, there's something you can get called like dumping syndrome, which basically it's like where your body is not really in the mood to accept the food that you've given it. So that's something that happens to me sometimes. So like some days I'll eat a food and I'll be fine. The next day I could eat the exact same food. My body's like, we're just gonna reject this food and we're not gonna keep it. We're not in the mood. So when something like that happens, sometimes you really struggle with nausea. So this friend of mine, she was like, hey, you should try these. They're called Prairie Pops. And I was like, what? And it's candy that like doctors will often recommend to pregnant women. It's got like vitamins and all that in it for them to suck on when they're getting really nauseous and dealing with like morning sickness. So I started having these things, Prairie Pops. And I know it's funny. It's like, I'm not pregnant like at all. But it was great. I started using these called Prairie Pops for when I deal with nausea, and it actually works really, really well. So also if you're somebody that struggles with nausea from time to time, I recommend getting these. And it could be a fun trick you plan, like, you know, your boyfriend or your husband or something. Just be like, oh, I'm just taking these. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm fine. It's all good. So yeah, so there's that. I've been taking those. That's been like helping me with like when I have nausea issues. So the other thing is like I'm going to my life, you know, I talked about being on OkCupid and I've been dating. Yes, I have been dating and it's been very, very awesome. And I, you know, eventually might be introducing you guys to someone I'm dating. So we'll see how that goes. It's been really fun. I wish I could share more details about it, but you know, the thing is, once you've gone through like a divorce or what I've been going through, I'm really cautious with like introducing new people, because like it's not whether or not I think it's something that could last. It's just like when you've gone through what I've gone through, and like my marriage was like 10 years, it's a thing where you're just very, very cautious, and I'm really trying to move slowly and wisely and navigate through this the right way and not like rush anything. So when the time is right and there's someone that you need to be introduced to, I will introduce you, and with happiness and all that. So like I said, I have been dating. It's very exciting. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it. I can't wait till it's the right time to share with you guys more, because it's a really awesome aspect of my life. I just kind of want to get through all of this before I get into all that. You know what I mean? So after my divorce, like I said, is supposed to ideally be finalized on Friday the 13th. Which is okay. I mean, and a lot of people freaked out by that, but honestly, one of my kids was born on Friday the 13th, so it's kind of awesome. So I will be doing so I want to talk about like box week and all that coming up, just if you're in the Just Like Drew crew and you're wondering what that is. So box week is going to happen this month, but it might be like kind of like disheveled. It may not be a full week for this month, simply because I will be taking a trip in the next week, in the next like couple weeks, like after my divorce is done. I'm going to go away for a couple days and just kind of like recharge, breathe, process everything that's been going on, process losing like 245 pounds, process, you know, divorce, single motherhood, all of that. So box week might be a little intermittent. I'm just saying that. And usually we have a full straight week of videos, but this is going to probably be the one exception to that. And like I said, I'm sorry videos have been late. It's just been a transition. But once this is through, like once I'm through the month of October and everything is done, I think like we can get back on track and get back to normal. And I thank you guys so much for your patience and love during this time. And you guys seriously have been constantly pouring into me your messages, your love, everything. It's been phenomenal, because you know, like times have been really hard for me, but your guys' support like seriously pushes me to keep going through this. So I'm looking at my list. I really think that's everything I have for you guys today. Like I said, I mean, it's been a crazy experience. And if you're like, hey, well, how do I get started? Where do I go? I've made many videos about, you know, my weight loss surgery process. I've had videos where I posted about like the 5 things you know before having weight loss surgery. So please like go and look in my weight loss video journals and all that I have on YouTube, and you'll see definitely a lot of information. You'll see the tracking of my journey on there. A lot of questions are answered through that. So I guess that's kind of all I have about this. I feel so good. I'm so happy I did this. Like, even though, like I said, it's crazy because it's really been like the most stressful and insane year of my life, but at the same time, it's been like the best year of my life. You know what I mean? Like, it was like like when they say the best of times, the worst of times, it's been like horrible and amazing all at once. So, that's all I honestly have to say about it. I just want to say though, like, I have you guys, I'll have you message me and you'll tell me like, how do I do this? What do I do? You just got to do it. You got to go for it. You got to make the change. You can't let fear dictate you. I'm telling you, I was so afraid of failure. I was so terrified. I was like, what if this doesn't work? What if I get sick after? What if something happens? And you know what? I had to eventually just step out and take the risk. And I'm so, so glad that I did. So I love you guys. I really hope that, I mean, thank you first off for being a part of my journey as long as you have. I really hope this video, like, just, just how thankful and happy I am right now. And just, if anything that you get out of this video, that, like, it is possible to change your life. And even if you're going through hard times, it is possible to make changes and do big, hard things. Like, it's possible. So if that's what I leave you with, just leave you with the words, it's possible. So that's what I have for you guys today. But if you want to see more photos of me, you can check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, and on Twitter at Justlikedrew, spelled the same way as down below. If you want to be part of the Just Like Drew crew and you're not already, make sure you click that red subscribe button down below and join our forever family, because we're literally the best crew around, because anybody and everybody can be our crew. I love you guys so stinking much. And if you like this video and you want to see more from me, you know what to do. Just Like Drew, have an amazing day, have an amazing week, have an amazing life, and I will see you guys pretty stinking soon. All right, talk to you. Love you so much. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. I didn't want people to give opinions about my life in this way. Like, this is my body. It's my decision.